What's up, guys? This is Dan. I'm going to show you today how to use Claude Code within the Replit platform. And I'm going to show you how to do this to reduce your costs significantly. Replit Agent, it is a great tool. It helps build many different applications. I built several applications from it, including whiteboardgenius.com, including crowdroy.com, KPI Magic, many apps I've built through using Replit Agent. However, it is very expensive to use. The bills can add up very, very quickly with Replit. And so today I'm going to show you how you can actually use Claude Code within Replit so that you can still use the IDE within Replit. You can still deploy within Replit. You can still host and use a custom domain within Replit for your SaaS web application. But to do the coding and the costs associated with the coding using Claude or Claude Opus, Sonnet, whatever you use, whatever model you use, you could do that through Claude Code within Replit. So let's get right to it. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here in a second. All right, let me share. Let me go down here and you can share. There we go. We'll reduce that. All right. So right here, you can see within Replit here, I have installed Claude Code. I'm working on this sort of like scripture Bible type of visualization tool right now in this, but that's besides the point right now. I just want to show you in Replit. This is Replit. This is my working environment within Replit. Typically, I would use Replit Agent over here on the left-hand side. I would give it a command. I would tell it to build, and it would actually go through and I would actually start building the different features that I request within Replit Agent, right? I would then go to preview right here. I would look at preview and I would say, oh, okay, great. This is what it's actually building. And then I could kind of refresh this on an ongoing basis and see what it's actually building. The problem with this is that it's extremely expensive. It's very, very expensive to do this. I was getting charged like $50 a day. It was just getting outrageous, getting ridiculous. So I went ahead and switched to Claude Code. What I did is I went to the shell, and you have to basically install Claude Code. You type in a command, which I could put in this video. I'm not going to show you how to install it in this video. I just want to show you that it's possible to do. So I went ahead and I installed Claude Code through just a simple npm command, and then I ran Claude, and this is what happened. It actually connected to my account. I actually had a rate limit, so I had to actually up my account to the max plan, and now I'm off and running. I then created an init file, a /init file, which sort of summarizes my entire project, all of my different files to Claude Code, all of them over here. It summarizes that in an init file. And then I created a claude.md file, which this is automatic. And here's where it started creating the claude.md file. This is all automatic when you run Claude Code, and when you start using it, it prompts you how to actually install this and how to go forward with it. And then it writes a plan of what the app does, how it works, the different technology, the different sections, and it builds basically an index of the app itself, which is very, very cool when you think about it. So now I'm at a position where I can actually start building, right? So I basically said, I want to fix the Explorer page rendering of the circular visualization. It doesn't work. And then it's, I'll help you fix the circular visualization on the Explorer page, and I'll investigate what's going wrong. And it actually does that, right? Now, it's doing all this inside of Claude Code, inside of the shell, rather than in the Replit agent on the left here. And what that's doing is it's using my Claude Code Max Plan credits rather than going through Replit agent and the agent compute plan through Replit. It's actually doing it through Claude Code, which is way, way cheaper. And we're going to actually measure that and kind of see what that looks like. But you can see it's reading all the files related to my circular visualization, found the issue, component expects data, blah, blah, blah. It's going through to fix it. And let's see, it says, do you want me to make the edits? I'm going to say yes. So I just said yes. I want to make the yes. I'm going to have to figure out how to automate this because this is getting slow. Yes, I want to make auto updates, right? But once it makes this update, I can show you, how to commit this. And, ultimately you have to push this to GitHub, and then you'll have to preview it, so forth and so on. So yes, I want to proceed. Yeah, I want to kind of automate all of these commands because they're taking a long time. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. Then I'm going to get into, this is all the different rate limits. I'll talk about rate limits. This is actually really important, how rate limits work and the cost of all of this. I can summarize that up. I actually did summarize that up. If you look right here, right here, Claude usage limits, pro versus max plans. I'm going to share this on whiteboardgenius.com. It'll also be on my Twitter profile. This will give you a breakdown of what the costs look like for Claude Code. And you could do this inside of Replit, all right? So go to whiteboardgenius.com, go to Browse Whiteboards, and you'll be able to see that in here. And if you just go to Browse Whiteboards over here, I actually created this site through Replit Agent, which is very cool. But here's the Claude Code usage limits diagram right here. All right, you can also get that on my Twitter profile, as I mentioned a second ago. So anyway, next, I do want to mess around with skills. I've added skills to my Claude code, and I've added them to this project, but I haven't actually done a whole lot with them. And I am going to create some videos where I go through agent skills and how to build out those skills in further episodes. Right now, we're not going to do that, but you can see here I did create some skills to use with Claude Code, how skills work, and it basically created. I basically asked Claude Code how to do this, and then it created a skills.md file. It created all the files for me, and then it actually gave me the ability to merge it into these files right here. So it actually made a Claude folder, made skills, and there's all of my Claude skills, right? So I'm going to play around with that. I haven't done a whole lot with that yet, but I'm going to start creating some agents and start building stuff out there, which is pretty cool. All right, so let's get back over to, yes, I want to proceed. Whoops, wrong thing here. I need to go back over here. Yes, I want to proceed. I want to, okay, let's see here. All right, so it finished the problem. I fixed the circular visualization on the Explore page. Again, this is all within Replit. The problem circular Explorer component had a field name mismatch, tells me what the problem is, tells me what the fix is, and then it says I can test it at localhost right here, which I don't know. I've never actually done this right like this within Replit, so we'll see if that actually works. Doesn't actually look like it fixed it, although it's not. Okay, well, we'll have to go back and we'll have to troubleshoot that because it does not work. Search visualization. Let's say, whoops. Let's see here. All right, as that is running, it's still running, and I'm going through a number of issues. I switched to Opus 4.5, and hopefully this will be able to fix it. While we're doing that, I want to go through and show you real quick here how you can actually just set up Claude Code inside of Replit very, very easily. Let me show you this right now. All right, so I'm refreshing the screen here. Give it just 1 minute. I have not set up Claude Code in this this Replit panel at all. And I'm going to show you how to do it here really quickly. All right, so you just go into Replit here. You go a new tab here. Go to Shell. Whoops. Go to Shell. Click Shell. And in Shell, you're going to paste in. Oh crap! All right. Okay, well, this is still trying to be fixed. It's going through, it's using Opus 4.5 now, so it's actually trying to figure this out and fix it. And while it's doing that, I'm going to show you how to actually install Claude Code on Replit. All right, so I'm in a repository here, CrowdRoy. It's another project I'm working on within the Replit console. So really all you do is you click on this plus sign, you click on a new shell, you get to your shell here and you go into workspace and you just paste in this simple command, npm install -g anthropic -ai /codco, press enter, and it will start to spin it up and you'll see, great, it installed. Now you just type in Claude and you are off for the races. So, okay, now it's gonna ask you all these different configuration issues. Just go through this dark mode, asking you if you want to do this with an account subscription or with the console API. I'd recommend you do this with a subscription, either Pro, Max, or Team or Enterprise. You're going to get more money for the usage. You're going to get more usage. The API is still a bit more pricey and pretty expensive, but this is how you do it. I'm not going to go through this full flow because all you do is continue with these prompts. It authorizes your Claude account, and then you actually can just prompt literally within this interface as I showed you before. So just wanted to let you see that real quick. hopefully this helps. This is a great tutorial of how you actually can use Claude Code within the Replit agent. This is still going. I'll make another video on how this actually turned out. But this is the first, my start to Claude Code, coding within Replit agent. And I think it's very promising. And it automatically updates the main branch in GitHub. You could do it right here directly through. It actually just finished. I fixed the circular rendering. Here's what was going on. Let's actually try it. Now, I don't know if this is going to actually work, but let's try it. I actually don't know if it is going to work right now. Seems like it's a pretty tough issue, and it hasn't been able to solve it. Nope, it did not solve it. Let's try one more thing. It's saying it's not. It didn't solve it. But anyway, more to come on that. Just wanted to show you how to install Claude Code in Replit, and more to come. Thank you for listening. And if you like that episode, give it a like, and I will talk to you later. See ya.